Hello everyone, Murray the Pie Man here with some more Star Trek Online. For those who came in late, we are joining Duug and the Spectres
From the
story
heart of
arc.
Kronos to the frozen wastes of Rurapenthe, the Klingons have built an empire that
Hello,
valued
Leonard,
strength,
boy.
honor, and skill in combat. To be Klingon is to be a warrior. Fight well, live with honor, die with a blade in your hand. If you can do these things, you will live forever in the stories of the great Klingon heroes.
So yes, for those who came in late, we were investigating initially just some Cardassian gubbins, but that led us to Drozana Station and finding out that the baddies from the episode's Time's Arrow were, shall we say, abound and causing problems. So we managed to solve their problem initially, to stop sort of their antics, but we've now got to go back and actually finally, once and for all, fix their issues, and so this is going to involve us travelling back in time again. Now, you might notice something's a bit odd with the old USS Grampian. There seems to be a problem with the model for this particular, the Ranger class, and actually its temporal equivalent, and the nacelles have gone missing. So yeah, parked up at a dodgy part of Drozana Station and someone nicked one of the nacelles, so do apologise for that. So let's start this mission. This is the end of the temporal arc, I should say. Incoming hail. So this is Scarvin saying, "Incoming hail, Captain. Do you want me to put it on the main view screen?" Yeah, pop it on the screen. And it's Franklin Drake, not voiced. "You should feel privileged, Mk'Kinnon. Very few people ever get to see this system. My organisation has gone to a lot of trouble to keep it off the navigational charts. This star is ideal for what starship pilots call a slingshot. Section 31 uses it from time to time to deal with problems that take a more creative approach to solve. Your best chance of getting back to the point in time where you need to be is to use the star's gravity to accelerate your ship to start at high speed. You'll be able to access the time continuum, like in Star Trek 4. I've taken the liberty of having the lightspeed breakaway calculations added to your ship's database. You'll need to hit a series of points as you move around the star. After you make your approach, you should see a navigational beacon. Aim for it and you'll have the correct trajectory for the slingshot. This is a tricky manoeuvre. If you don't hit each point in the correct order and time, it won't work. I hope your helm officer is up to the task." That's me, sadly. "One more thing before you start. I've added a holo emitter to your vessel. You will appear as a Klingon D7 with the appropriate access codes for the time period. But you'll still have access to all the 25th century firepower you'll need to deal with the comet. Don't alter the timeline any more than you have to. Destroy the comet and stop the Davidians, but other than that, try to stay out of trouble. I wish you good luck, but I have a feeling you wouldn't think I was being sincere." Oh, Kelmer is ready to engage the holo emitter and start our run. Oh good, we now have nacelles back. Oh, they've updated. So they have actually gone with, I think that's the updated D7 model. Not the Strange New Worlds one though, but just some lovely detail on that for all that we're getting the little holographic zoom. Right, so what I've got to do is, let's see if I can manage it. This is actually quite a tricky part, because the game's not really built for this sort of flying. So I've got to kind of manage the camera and my ship. You might say, "Murray, this looks easy." Yep, but speed boost. Speed boost. Should probably try to follow that track. Oh. Hey, first time! If you fail a certain number of times, they just automatically put you back. I should actually criticise that I'm not going back as a era-specific one, because really I shouldn't have that much kibbly detail on it. That should be a much less detailed model if it's going to fit in with the TOS aesthetic. Also, my ship was a TOS-looking ship. But yeah, they don't take into account your ship model and say, "Oh, actually, you look appropriate for this." Believe it or not, you can turn up. There's a point where someone comments on your uniform, and you can turn up in this mission in a full TOS style uniform, and someone will still say, "That's a strange uniform." So, Kelmir's here. Captain, based on the decay of elements in the system, we arrived approximately 150 years in the past, somewhere around the Earth year 2265. Sir, incoming hail. It's from a Constitution-class starship identifying it as the USS Reuben James. Putting it on screen now.
Attention, unidentified ship. I am Commodore Jacob Ross, in command of the USS Reuben James. We have been searching for a Klingon vessel reported to have attacked a colony in the Gliese system. You fit the description of the ship we are looking for. Unless you can prove you are not, we will take immediate action.
Captain, the Reuben James has closed the channel. They're not responding to hails and charging weapons. We cannot seriously damage Commodore Ross's ship without risking damage to the timeline, but we must defend ourselves. So, recommend you fight to disable. Okay. There isn't actually an option for that, but... So, a bit of pew-pew. So yeah, just a brief fight with a Constitution-class starship. Hopefully we've not killed anyone important with all that damage on the ship.
To any ships in range, please, we need help. I don't know what these things are, but they're all over the station. They're killing people. Please, you have to help us.
And Tarsi's come in. Captain, the comet is approaching the station. Its triolic energy is making it easier for the Divisians to manifest. The people on the station don't have any way to fight them. We'll have to help or they'll all die. Let's go then. So much for a plan of destroy the comet and naff off home. Tarsi's saying, Captain, I'm reading multiple Davidian life signs. We'll need to work quickly to clear the station of their presence. And of course there's a temporal probe for us to look at. And some spare germanium, or working quickly. Yeah, sorry, working quickly. Oh. Well, I've got my proton pack here, so let's go for this. Take out some. They appear to have come for us. Right, so yeah, just we know the drill with this. I probably shouldn't leave that 25th century medical regenerator. Ah, never mind. We're mucking up the timeline anyway now. Let's just go for it. Tarsi's popped up again. Sir, I don't think anyone here appreciated the Davidians crashing their party. I'm detecting weapons fire, broken glass and side struggle. It's a bar fight, sir, and we need to quell it if we want any chance of stopping the Davidians. The Temporal Prime Directive is in effect, sir. Recommend we set all weapons stun to minimise possible damage of the pipeline. Okay. Right, that's enough, everyone. Okay, they're not listening. Fine. Proton packs it is. Everything's gone quiet. Oh, there we go. Hey, you can have music or sound effects, you can't have both. Right, I'll zap that commander, and in fact that science officer, you too. Commander tactical officer, yep. Oh, actual person I'm here to stop. Hit you. Whoa! That guy just slid across the floor there. Some properly spooky activities. That guy's doing nothing there, he's just chilling. Ah, so are you. Oh, we've left another temporal generator. Right, guess we get to deal with the rest of the... Right, well, yep. Oh, one of the biggies. Another Eidolon. He's got me in his death grip. As it turns out, they also don't like fire, so... They are scattering all over the place here. Where did you guys come from? I swear there weren't that many here before. Are they track? Oh, maybe it was that portal there, which I possibly should have dealt with. Don't remember there being a portal there. I've played through this mission quite a few times. I don't think there was even one when I came in. Oh, that's the temporal probe. Oh, it's all going wobbly. What little puzzle I'm going to have to do to unlock this now? It's one of these, so... no matches, so yep. Change first digit to 1, test series, wrong location, okay. So let's try the second digit as 1. So we definitely have a 1 in here, just have to work out which one it is. This mastermind style game. There you go, that's 1. Okay, so now we change the first digit to 2, test the series. So one of them is definitely a 2. So that'll be the last one. Should be a 2 then, if I've done this right. Yep, right, back to the first one. Let's try 3. That's the second one. Must be 3 then. Yep, and so back to the first one. Oops. Change first digit. Let's try 4. There we go. So, our officer's saying this probe's collecting triolic energy data from the comet. Perhaps the Nacelles are trying to figure out where they can find natural sources of triolic energy, which they can then use to engage massive time displacement fields. Or create massive destruction. Shut that thing down. Oh, contained gear for temporal agents, so extra weapon there. Contains some stuff. Now let's go and deal with the rest of these Davidians. Right, get the hell off someone else's station. I suppose I should stop really casting that fire thing, because that is what makes them scatter. Drop some syntheal. Which one do I have in my inventory? Yeah, quite a bit.
Do not attempt to stop us. We
Ooh,
hunger.
the phantasm.
Leave immediately, or I will amplify the time distortion and destroy this station. You will not survive.
You can stuff that up your...
Hey, those things are holed up in the lounge, and they've got some of my customers in there with them. The door is barricaded, but a few hits with a phaser should take care of that. Get my people out of there!
Okay. Guess they've deigned to talk to us at least. Right. Shrouded Phantasm. Problem is they do drain health energy from you without damaging your shields sometimes, so it is quite often I do make the mistake of not looking at my health bar that much. Particularly when I've got characters with healing abilities. Oh, he's turned into his Ophidian cane, which isn't an actor. Well, let's deal with the last of these guys. Believe it or not, they also use these, so again, they don't really show up in Trek ever again normally, but they were partly used in the novels universe. There was an ongoing timeline for a while which they shut down in a story that quite a few people were not happy with. And apparently it was this lot who were responsible, so that was, I mean, again, you'll quite often find lesser known alien races do tend to show up in tie-in novels and video games. It's fan service. Did he just drop kick a portal? You're not the brightest, are you, Irvin? Oh, here's someone to talk to. Who could this be?
Thanks for the help, friend. What were those things?
Oh.
Damn spirits snuck up on me. I noticed a spike in trialic energy, and I was working to adjust the station's shields to compensate. I went to fetch a hyperspanner, and I was attacked. If you help me, I can finish my repairs before the trialic energy reaches lethal levels. By the way, you can call me Scotty.
So, we've got to escort him to the shipyard. Do you remember right at this first mission? Now, I've already looked back at the last video. I flashed back to McCoy recognising us. Well, expect another flashback somewhere in here. And next one is Scotty. Now, they actually got James Doohan's son to do these.
That was some fine work back there, friend. It's not every day one walks away from a brawl with the Klingons. You look familiar. If you don't mind me saying so.
Like
have we met before?
Him. Don't think so, sir.
Ah, must be my imagination then. You meet a lot of folks serving in Starfleet, to be sure. By the way...
And, yes, why, Scotty says. And of course, Scotty's there as we speech bubble. He's not seen me around. What ship do we come from? But there are other people here. There's a Klingon just milling about. So yeah, I quite like that for the temporal agent that they have that funny looking uniform you've got there, friend. And that's the line I was talking about earlier, where they'll comment on your uniform. I could have been here in full TOS garb, and he'd have still said that. He says, I come here for a few days ashore leave, and the next thing I know these crazy things are attacking everyone, so wee speech bubbles are appearing. Actually voiced by James Doohan's son. That trialic energy levels are rising, we've got to do something, so I'm going to talk to Scotty.
Just as I suspected. The trialic energy is increasing. We'll be cooked like a haggis if we don't do something about it. There is a wee store on this station. The lass who runs it, Cassidy, said they might be getting a supply of the new quantum flux regulators. The Mark II versions. If we had one of those regulators, I could modify the flux coordinating sensors and use them to modulate the shields protecting the station. That would buy us some time. Go find Cassidy. She'll know where they are.
So, this is a little puzzle section, and one I quite like. I will give you a little demo of one of the things that actually did produce a somewhat valuable commodity. So let's go talk to Cassidy. There's this woman here.
Oh, what were those things? They were floating and one looked at me and I felt so weak. And then it lifted me up and oh, it was horrible. Oh, are you looking for something from the store? A quantum what? I'm sorry. I'm just too scared right now to think about selling anything.
What's your accent?
Getting my wits about me. Maybe it would be best if I packed up and went back to Sherman's planet. I don't know.
What can I do to help? And while you change that terrible accent.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe a nerve tonic would soothe me. A nice stiff.
Are you Irish? Are you meant to be Irish? It's hard to tell. Alright, let's go and ask about a nerve tonic. So let's ask the barmaid here.
Who do you think you are? First the lights go all strange, then these weird creatures show up, and worst of all, you're here picking fights with my best customers. Look at dear, brave, handsome Captain McQueen.
Well, I might have
here.
shot him.
He could have been killed. You should be ashamed of yourself.
About nerve tonics?
Nerve tonics? How can I think about nerve tonics when my sweet Captain McQueen is injured?
Maybe take him to sick
If you
bay.
want to know about any sort of exotic beverage, go ask that drunken Scotsman.
Narrow it
I know
down.
Lieutenant Commander Scott. He knows more about alcohol than anyone I've ever met. While you do that,
See, I'd love to say this is a stereotype, but it's kind of accurate.
Better.
Speaking as a Scotsman. Well, let's go talk to the barman then. You're not nursing a captain as well?
What can I get you?
I need a nerve tonic.
A nerve tonic? Almost every culture in the galaxy has.
I didn't really want a history lesson.
Most worlds have multiple variations, and everyone thinks that the one their grandmother made is better than all the rest.
Yeah.
Look,
Kinda busy.
I bar at a commerce station in the middle of one of this quadrant's busiest trade routes. It's my job to be able to make anything you want, but you gotta be specific. I could make you 14,647 different nerve tonics, 18,397 if you're bowling it. So, what kind do you want? Tell you what, one of the waitresses should be able to help you narrow down what kind of nerve tonic would be
Oh,
better.
I might have done these bits in the wrong
Talk to
order.
one of them, and then come back. I'm sure we can make exactly what you need.
Right, well, I did that bit in the wrong order. Sorry, everyone. No, I'm not going to cut and edit it. Tend not to. I'm lazy. I just let my mistakes sit free. I'm honest. Not lazy, but also lazy. Scotty, yeah. A bartender told me his life story and now I'm bored.
Did you get the quantum flux regulator?
Do you know about nerve tonics?
Nerve tonics? Ah, you don't look like you need one of those. These wee beasties are troublesome, but they're not as bad as a ship full of angry Romulans. Now, I've been known to enjoy an occasional nip of Scotch whiskey. That's the only
The
nerve
barmaid
tonic
said you
you'll
were an
have.
alky.
Why do you need to know about them?
I'm looking for a nerve tonic for Cassidy.
Oh, for Cassidy. Now that makes sense. She's a bonny lass, that
Have you
Cassidy,
heard her
and
accent,
more than
though?
willing to spend a little time with a right Starfleet officer, if you know what I mean.
No.
But she hasn't got the stomach for fighting. Is she alright? I hate for anything to happen to her.
She's shaken up, but she'll be fine.
Glad to hear it. Sounds like she needs something to take a wee bit of the edge off. And that happens to be one of my specialties, along with transwarp transporter technology and warp field mechanics.
Irvin, calm
Cassidy's
down.
been meeting me every evening in the bar.
Embarrassing me in front of
cheer,
Scotty.
But I've never seen her order a nerve tonic. Perhaps if I told you what she likes, you'll be able to figure out the right mix. The bartender will help you.
What does Cassidy like to drink?
I've seen Cassidy order these drinks.
So first we'll do Albanian brandy. Basically we've got to work out what she likes about every drink and make like a super drink. We're going to solve this with booze.
Cassidy didn't like the salty taste of the Albion brandy.
Not
But she
salty.
really enjoyed the fact that it was garnished with a drop of honey that floated on the top of the drink. Bah, garnish is getting away with
likes a
fine
honey
beverage,
garnish.
if you ask me. Can you imagine putting a wee piece of pineapple in a glass of 20-year-old single malt? It's preposterous.
That carries the death penalty in Scotland. I just like to tell any Americans will barely tolerate you putting ice in scotch. Don't do that.
I've seen Cassidy order these drinks.
Blood wine.
The only time I saw Cassidy ordering blood wine was when she was feeling
Oh, she's under the weather now.
Poor lass. She liked that it was served warm, but she hated those blasted heavy metal mugs the Klingons use. And the potency of it was a bit much for her to handle.
Right.
A girl like Cassidy needs something with a little less...
Less kick, warm with honey.
I've seen Cassidy order these drinks.
Denevian mead.
Zalay brought Cassidy a Denevian mead a few nights ago. Ugh, terribly sweet stuff, like drinking syrup. Cassidy didn't like the cloying sweetness, and the wee bird broke out into highs because she was allergic to the fruit garnish. I'm not ordering any of that stuff
So,
again.
not sweet, no fruit garnishes.
I've seen
so
Cassidy
Wilson
order
done.
these drinks.
Right. Fire wine.
Cassie and I got into a drinking contest with a Klingon one night, and we ended up drinking fire wine. It's not as good as scotch, mind you, but it's better than drinking warp core coolant.
Yeah,
The next morning, after she picked herself up off the floor, Cassidy told me that the fire wine was so spicy that she was afraid it had eaten a hole through her stomach. I had to send her to see Bones for a checkup.
So,
Also, she said that drinking
again,
from
we're
the
learning
shallow
things.
bowls
Doesn't like
made her
a
feel like
spicy
someone's
drink.
pet targ.
doesn't like a shallow bowl.
I've seen Cassidy order these drinks.
Martini.
Martinis aren't my cup of tea, as it were, but Cassidy seems to like them. She appreciates that a martini should be served as cold as possible, but since she nurses her drinks, the cold tends to dissipate, and she doesn't get the full effect. She's quite fond of those fancy stemmed glasses,
Likes a
though.
stemmed glass.
I've seen Cassidy order these
Right.
drinks.
Sumerian sunset.
Cassidy really likes her Sumerian sunsets, mostly because of
This
the
is
sound.
fascinating visual stuff.
She
You're
hates
all
that the drink
watching.
is so weak, and has been trying to convince the bartender to add garnish to it, to make the happy feeling last longer. But he won't, because then it wouldn't be a Sumerian sunset. Me, I
This
see
is
a
fascinating visual stuff because you're just really
The lady
watching the
wants a
screen.
garnish. Give her one. I've seen Cassidy order
Right,
these
finally,
drinks.
Skagaran whiskey.
Cassidy really likes a little pick-me-up of a drop of Skagarian whiskey. But she doesn't like the wee shot glasses or the silly paper umbrellas. Who ever heard of putting a wee paper umbrella
Hey, I
in
like a wee
glass of
paper
whiskey?
umbrella.
It's sacrilege.
It means your drink doesn't
If
get
I ever
wet.
go to Skagara, I'm going to give them a piece of my mind. I've seen Cassidy order
That's
these
everything.
drinks.
I quite like the concept that a paper umbrella is something every culture invents for drinks and no one knows why, like it's one of those great mysteries of the universe. I think that would be a fun running joke. So, past all these people who I shot. No hard feelings, Commander.
What can I get you?
I need a drink.
I'll need some more details before I can make a drink for you. If you need help figuring out what combination of ingredients you want, you should talk to one of the waitresses. That's what they're here for, after all.
So, if you remember,
do you want
she
it to be
nurses,
hot or cold?
so we want a warm drink.
What kind of flavor profile are you looking for?
I think we wanted sour.
How
Shouldn't
strong
like
do
any
you
of
want
those.
this drink to be?
A little pick-me-up.
How would you like this drink to be served?
Stemmed
And
glass.
last but certainly not least, what kind of garnish would you like?
Drop of honey.
This should be all the info I need. I'll put the drink on the bar when I'm done. I'll put the bill on your tab.
I'd hate for this to be sitting here like in 150 years' time when I go home, but yeah, sure. So let's pick up the glass. And we will take the nerve tonic to Cassidy. With her weird wandering accent.
Do you have a drink for me?
And the upshot is you can make as many attempts as this as you like. Try this.
Oh, I love warm drinks. They're so relaxing.
Good start. I'm glad you find the temperature pleasant.
Oh, there's a lovely sour note to this drink. I feel so refreshed.
That's like lemsip, to be honest. Warm and sour. I'm glad you thought this would be right for you.
Oh, there's just enough oomph to this drink to make it really stick with ya.
Vodka lemsip, actually something I've had. You looked like you could use a little pick-me-up.
Oh, I love the style of this glass. It accentuates the flavor of the ingredients.
Vodka lemsip in a martini glass. Aesthetics are important. The right glass makes the right drink even better.
Honey! No, not you. The drink. Oh, that little bit of sweetness is just perfect. It adds the most delightful note to each sip.
So vodka lemsip with honey. Actually, if I've got a sore throat, I usually go for a cup of like ginger tea with honey. So, not the vodka lemsip. I've had that different situation. I won't get into it. I'm glad that every last drop of the drink is making you feel happy. Now, about the equipment I need to make us not all die.
That is marvelous. Oh, I'm feeling much better now, thank
I'm
you.
unconvinced that you're
Oh,
Irish.
What tool was it you needed? Oh, a quantum flux regulator Mark II. I have one of those right here. Please, take it as a thank you.
No problem.
Cheers.
Right. So, I've had to do a minor task to stop us all dying rather than just saying, we'll all die if you don't give me this thing. I want to do something first though, because this is one of the things you can buy several nerve tonics to go. Now, since apparently we're not in a rush, I'm going to show you what each of these does, because they each have a slightly different effect. This is why quite a few people will play this to get nerve tonics up, so let's go for this one first. Yep, well that went down well. So I'm now coughing, but also dancing. So each of them does like an effect. I think the coughing's getting in the way of. So I'm now trying to dance, but I'm also kind of unconscious. That's all the effects at once. We'll maybe try one of them a bit later when he's recovered. And a headache. Well, this is good. I don't know. It's also disabled my run. Ah, there it is. Up. I'll maybe do that in a bit more of a sensible way later, but at the moment we're stuck with some nerve tonics to go. Oh, they'll be dropping out of my inventory, so... Yeah, I've kind of used them all, right? So the next one is just kind of an unconsciousness, and the third one's a headache, so... A drink that gives you a cough. Had a few of those as well. That's the last one. This gives you a headache. Scotty, I kind of got hammered while I was doing this for you.
The right tool for the right job. I'll start making the adjustments, but I don't know if I've got enough time. You can't change the laws of physics. The trialic energy levels keep rising, and sensors show the blasted comet is to blame. Modulating the shields is not going to be enough. Something needs to be done about that comet if we're going to live to see the morning.
Fortunately, that's why I came here. Captain, so Tomet's here. Captain, the situation's safe for now, but we need to deal with the comet in orbit. If the Davidians are able to harness its energy, they'll be able to pull most of the sector into their phase variants. Past, present, it will all be disrupted. So, let's get out of here. See you later, Scotty, or... I will see you later, but you'll see me earlier. Time travel's annoying. So, Tarsis here. This is as close as the comet's trajectory will take it to Drozana Station, Captain. We need to destroy the comet while we still have time. Didn't mention that I also quite like seeing Drozana Station when it's brand new. The Scarvin's here. A group of Klingon vessels have entered the system. The lead ship's hailing us. Put it on screen now.
A ship
Christ,
from
it's
the house of
Bavat.
Duras.
Wait,
I
we're Duras.
am Captain Bavat, son of Warot,
We fought
and
ahead.
leader of my house. My brother died due to
Of
Duras'
course he
treachery.
bloody did.
I will avenge his death with the destruction of 100 Duras ships. Prepare to
Right.
die.
Note to Drake, don't make you Duras. Everyone hates them. So Tarsian, we can't afford to change the course of events any more than they've already been altered, and we know that Bavat survives this day. We'll need to attempt to disable his forces. We'll be calling for reinforcements. We need to destroy the comet and return to our time before we're overwhelmed. So I guess once more onto the breach. Basically what will happen is we will get waves of Klingon ships that we have to fight, as well as blow up that comet. So a bit of space governs. I wish there was a way that you could do this mission without fighting the Klingons, but because you're kind of in combat, you kind of have to, which is a bit annoying. I think it would be quite fun if you could actually just avoid combat and, yeah, I know it's not what people sign up to a Star Trek game for all the time, but a way to kind of do this, but without leaving the wreckage of like a bundle of Klingon ships in space. There's a few. Basically, every time I break the comet up, it's going to break into some smaller bits, and then I've got to break those bits into smaller bits, but each time that will spawn some more Klingons. Because otherwise you could actually just swing around behind the comet, cut your speed to 0, not quite 0, but so yeah, not the most exciting bit of watching, because yes, we've now got some comet fragments and some more Klingons on the way. But I'm going to actually just try and get as many Klingons up as possible before they come at me. Guess I better start moving. I want to be a sitting duck. You see just the next two spawned there. You see what I meant, that I need all my modern technology to deal with the situation, because I ended up getting into a barney with a whole load of Klingons. So. Can't remember what some of these buttons do. So yep, still got to get these last few fragments, but I will kind of let my hull and shields recover a bit before the next round of Klingons. Managed to defeat quite a few of the fragments though, you might notice that we're a few now. That's the last of them, but we'll find out. Or is it once I've destroyed this one, we'll get another wave? I think it's once I've destroyed this, I get another wave. Yeah, quite a fun finish to the end. Again, probably a bit over long. I'm not a big fan of drawn out fight scenes in this game. Just some shards to deal with. And I wish I had the beams fire up well, because that's quite a handy one to have in this territory, just because it means you can take on a lot of shards at once. Oh, there's some more reinforcements. Let's see if I can deal with a few of these shards before those Klingons to ruin my afternoon. Okay, they're in range. Right, well I guess you guys are wanting some as well, as Jason Statham would say. More chronophages. Oh, it's kind of done for them quite badly. You want to get rid of me, you'll be burning in Greythor. Hell, I'm running speed. So we can't fire into that ship without damaging it further. Fortunately, we can outrun it. Oh no, don't think it actually lets me go without doing something about Bavat. Yes, we're still got defeat remaining Klingons. How don't alter did you want the timeline? Sure, it's fine. I'm sure it's okay. That didn't capture and remaining comet debris is too small to be a threat. Now we just need to find a way to... One moment, sir, I'm detecting a temporal anomaly. It's forming inside the Grampian.
If you are receiving this message, then you and your crew have completed your mission.
Sort of.
Driffin's comet is destroyed, and the Davidians are no longer a threat to the
That's
Federation.
definitely true.
You've done well. And to prove that I'm not the immoral monster that some make me out to be, I'm going to help you. When you last docked at Deep Space K7, I had some modifications made to your vessel. One of those is the addition of a Borg temporal node salvaged from a cube in the Batron cluster. It's set to return you to our time.
Well, that's nice.
Congratulations on a job well done. Drake out.
Drake out. Have you found my nacelles? No. Guess he hasn't. Let's find out. Do I have nacelles? I have
Excellent
not.
work. I knew I could count on you. The disappearance of Driffin's comet in the 23rd century will be a scientific curiosity. I've taken steps to suppress information that might reveal our involvement, and I trust that you and your crew...
Oh no, we're going to get drunk and tell everyone about it. I met Scotty, you know, twice.
We're getting
But I suppose
so well.
I'm from the past, so I say I've met
One thing I
Scotty, they'll
hope
go,
you
ah,
take
you
away from
probably
all
did.
this is that any opinion you may have of the immorality of so-called rogue elements like Section 31.
Section 31,
is a bit naive,
you're unforgiven
contrary to popular
because I've seen
opinion
the film.
among some Starfleet officers, we do not
Also
spend
strange,
our days
what is it
plotting
with Section
evil
31 and
committing
crazy
grand
Irish
acts of
accents?
villainy like characters in a bad Hollow novel. We protect the Federation from threats. Thanks
Do
to
you though?
you, the Davidians are no longer on that list. If you think about it, everything we do is to preserve the freedoms you so enjoy. You should be grateful. Drake out.
Drake out! And I can get a TOS style phaser rifle.
Until next time.
So that was the end of the Spectres arc, and I quite enjoy. That's one of the arcs I really rather enjoy. I just think it's a good fun trip into the past. I like how they tied it in with the temporal agent stuff. I like the references of both in that first mission, both Scotty and McCoy saying, haven't they seen you somewhere before? And it's because you've met them here before they met you there, which I just like the muddly timiness. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. This isn't the last you've seen of Duug. There is a set of kind of temporal missions later on, which I think he'd be better suited to than Dracara normally, so I'm going to be bringing that in. As for what's happening in between Dracara's episodes, we will now be going on to the Defiri missions with Mitens. She will be coming in to do come back in and do a bit of tomfoolery with those. So you'll get to see those next in between the standard posts from Dracara. Other than that, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed playing it. Again, there's loads of Star Trek Online on my channel, along with a few other things. I'm hopefully going to potentially, if I've not done already, have a look at some other games, just so it's not all Star Trek Online all the time. We're going to try and do a couple of other different things on the channel, just for a bit of variety. So again, any of those, please like, comment, like and subscribe. Obviously, comments you can obviously fill in the comments on the page, or I'm on Blue Sky at Pyman70. Blue Sky Social, I think it is, and on Mastodon at Pyman70 at Mistodon, the one without the consonant, the vowels, .social. So either one of those you can talk to me. I'm not on Mastodon that often, I have to warn you though. I do check into it now and again. Beyond that, like I say, thank you for watching again. Please do watch other stuff and like and subscribe, and I hope you'll join me for the next time when we've either got Dracara or Mitens coming back. But until that time, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye for now.